Libya is haunted by the spirit of Gaddafi. Colonists from the House of Norman in England, the King Louis of France, who is related to the King of England. You have to understand that the revolution is not over, that the strife is not over, that some of the Gaddafi loyalists are sub-Saharan African, true, and that they could only muster 5 or 6 people for this picture. Maybe 7 if you include the cameraman. That does not show a strong show of force. And the fact that I cannot clearly see the passenger implies that they are trying to exaggerate the number of people that were there even more. So you have to understand the symbols of planting the flag. And that this desert town in the middle of nowhere bears some significance. My prophecy came true all the way back in Illuminati Part 12, I believe it was, when I did the interview with that lovely young lady, and I showed you that Gaddafi was not that bad of a guy. But I wanted him to step down for his part in the New World Order, but he also did some good things as well, as I showed you from Part 12 to Part 33. Now, if you understand that it is an Afro-Asiatic battle and the truck they are driving is a Mitsubishi, if you understand the weapons they are using and where they come from, Western manufacturers, and then there is Russian manufacturers, the Kalashnikov, the Russian assault rifle, the AK. It has quite a history, and the original inventor was even ripped off at first. Now, you have to understand that the secret societies of Europe are the ones who design the symbols, the weapons, and many of the cars. You have to understand they control the food and the oil and the countries through psychiatry, which is the #1 cause of death for teenagers in America. It is the shrinks, it is the bankers, the sociologists, the biologists, the microbiologists, the chemists. They are the scum, as well as nuclear physics. The nuclear physicists are a threat to society. That's why so many Iranians are choosing that field. You have to understand what is going on, that a real threat is unfolding, fueled by the media, who just happened to be there when the terrorists were planting the flag. I demand justice for my people in Nigeria, the Igbos of southeast Nigeria. I demand justice for the Christians in northern Nigeria, and I demand that Emir Shikau step down. I demand that all Muslim spiritual leaders admit they have failed and step down as well. Unless they can show us that they can contain Boko Haram, they are but useless tools of the scum to downplay the danger of fanatical Islam and its history in Nigeria. You have to understand that even Togo and Benin know about the scum. Charles Taylor was scum in his relationship with Sierra Leone and Liberia. You have to understand. It's always the colonists and the white elite and the foreign interests that are taking advantage of the local racial and ethnic groups. You have to understand. That there is a conflict going on here. My perspective is that of a conflict perspective. And society has certain functions, and we are seeing them play out in the form of destabilizing regions and starting tribal conflict with people who would have been at peace. It's simple physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. An object set in motion will remain in motion unless these other factors stop it. Gravity, friction, etc. You have to understand inertia and the laws of mankind that are divine. That when these scumbags bring in their new world order, they won't send you a love letter first saying, by the way, we're bringing in a new world order, killing everybody, using shrinks, bankers, psychiatrists, sociologists, biologists, chemists, and you know fucking who, the royal family, the Vatican, the Zionists, the neocons, and the rest of the white power structure scum who stole the knowledge from Egypt and downplay the contributions of Indians, Syrians, Asians, and Persians as well. You think they have a problem extorting the people who produce the spiritual knowledge and who sit on the best natural resources for the furtherance of mankind? Understand what they are up to. And that the rats deserve to be dealt with. Be careful, loyalists of Gaddafi, that your movement is not subverted by the scum, and that you not harm the innocent. This is your chance to redeem yourself and the memory of Gaddafi. Do the right thing. And don't forget to tell the rats, Madam!